Against two.
Hello.
What up, man?
How are you?
Dad, you're muted.
Randy, you're muted.
Come on,
Tony!
come back. There he is.
What's going on?
What's happening? Are you talking to me?
Yes,
There's a few different
sir.
people. Just chilling, man.
Good stuff. So, welcome to Bleach Bangs. Just want to take a moment to kind of introduce ourselves. I'm Randy, and I'm in Oklahoma City.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Ashton. I'm also in Oklahoma City.
And I'm John. I'm in Topeka, Kansas.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
The heart of America, right there. You guys.
that's right. That's right. And it's fucking hot.
Away from,
Oh my God.
and you guys are away from all the liberal fucking crazy ass bullshit too. I'm stuck right in the middle of it. And
Where are
that's
you
all I
at?
gotta say about that. I'm in
Right.
LA,
Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah, makes sense.
but I grew up in New York, and I always say like I'm a Southern man at heart. That's why I was born down the street from Yankee Stadium. I must have been a bad Southern man in a past life, so I grew up down the street from Yankee Stadium. But
Right
Oh,
on.
Lord.
Oh, so tell us a little bit about what you've got going on. You've got letters from a psych ward. Just tell us everything that you've got going on.
I mean, this is Blacklist Union's fifth record. The title track, Letters from the Psych Ward, came out, I don't know, a month ago, charting on Billboard. It's got 200,000 views on YouTube. We have another release, a single that was released previous to that called The Queen of Everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's our fifth record. I mean, I don't know where to begin. You know, the last record we did, Back to Momo, and I'm very proud of that record. I wrote that with a guy named Todd Youth. And Todd was in Danzig, and he played with Ace Frehley, he played with Glenn Campbell. He played in a bunch of New York hardcore bands, which I grew up with a lot of that kind of stuff too, like Cro-Mags, Agnostic Front, Murphy's Law, like those kind of bands. And he died in 2018, and he was one of my closest friends and my brother, bro. You know, I knew him since I was 15, and I loved him. And
Oh wow.
man, you know, he fucking died. And then so, you know, after he died, I was like, I can't let this destroy me, because if you know Blacklist Union, especially our first three records, it's all about like I lost my girlfriend, you know, I from in a car accident, I lost my first wife from cancer. So all of that, you know, especially the first three records they're very, very dark. And like, I mean, I always say you got to walk through the darkness to get to the light. Like literally, you really do need to do that. But when Todd died, I was like, I can't let this destroy me. And I went to the Amazon jungle in Peru with the Shipibo Indians with my wife, and I did ayahuasca 5 times. So I don't know if you're hip to any of that, but ancient, indigenous, spiritual realm medicine. And the whole record, Letters from the Psych Ward, are all lyrics from that experience and the healing and all the shit that began for me during that time. That made me even explore more plant medicines. One called Ibogaine, which is from Africa. It's an indigenous tribal thing from Africa. I mean, and stuff like that. So this record is about healing, man. You know.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's insane.
At least you're finding a way through it. No, you're finding a way through it, and that's
Dude.
awesome. Some people just lay down and just freaking
Die.
They
Die,
just
dude.
fucking melt into the couch. And
bro, yeah, and like I've come to the, you know, awareness and that if you are not willing to confront yourself and your pain, like that shit will kill you. There's no gray area. Look at Chris Cornell, Scott Weiland, Lane, you know, one of my best friends, Mike Starr from Alice in Chains. I mean, I could go on and on and on about the people who were, you know, abused, whatever the fuck it was, and they couldn't deal with their pain and face that shit. It will fucking kill you. There's no gray area, man. You know, and okay, if you're not a drug addict, or you know, it's gonna manifest in disease, you know, disease and like
right.
cancer, shit like that. So
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah, I Totally agree. You may think you're fine. You think you're putting it all down inside, but it's fucking tearing you up. It
Fuck
is
yeah.
tearing you up. You think you're being a tough motherfucker. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Yeah.
It is eating you from the inside, whether you want to admit it or not. So finding a way out and a way to deal with it is the best way to go.
Without numbing yourself, because I mean, first of all, alcohol, look, man, I've done everything under the fucking sun, but when I was young, like I fucking drank like a freak out of the gate when I was a teenager. I had all this abuse happen, and the drugs, and I didn't really, I mean, yeah, did I like getting high? Yeah, I think so. I think I did. I had a lot of fun too, but it was to mask the pain. And then what happens is that shit stops working,
Yep.
So
Yep.
Was a lot of everything that we've just discussed where the Survivor Complex title comes from?
yeah, I mean, what, survivor's guilt, you mean? Or
Right.
I mean, I grew up Catholic, so I already have that guilt fucking thing, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's like as I get older, people are like, "Oh, getting older." I'm like, "Yo, like look at all our friends that didn't get a chance to get older. Like this is a privilege that we're in our 40s. Like what the fuck? Like,
No
it's not
shit.
so bad." Yeah.
So how do you go about writing a song? Does it just like come to you, or
So, every Blacklist Union song is a real life event situation. There's nothing contrived to like sound cool or hip or any of that shit. I've never ever followed any kind of trends or anything. Like I have my own thing, and I write the kind of music that I want to hear. I want to, when I see a band, when I hear a band, I want to be like, wow. I want to walk away wowed. Like that's the deal. So when I write a song like with Todd, he was my songwriting partner. Like I didn't have to tell him, check out this band, check out that band, like let's do something this style or that style. Like he had that shit in him already, like we didn't have to explain things. We just had that with together. And it's like trying to find a wife, bro. Like trying to find a songwriting partner or is like trying to find a wife, basically. So I after Todd died and then COVID happened and all this shit, we went to Peru. COVID happened, everything fucking shut down, and then I was trying to find someone to write with, and you would think people know how to write songs, and that's not always the case. And one thing about Todd and myself is that we understand the composition of a song from like intro to outro. So it's very hard to find that. So after looking and working with numerous people, I went to the guy who produced all the Blacklist Union records and was like, "Look, let's write a record." So, and he knew my voice, he knew my shtick, better than anyone. So, him and I wrote the record. My biggest influences they're kind of obscure influences, but like Mother Love Bone was a band that I was really into as a kid, and I actually sang in Andrew Wood's band called Malfunction with his brother years later. I learned everything I know from Andrew Wood and ended up singing in his band. But so Mother Love Bone and a band called Warrior Soul from the early 90s were like that's basically what Blacklist Union style is, because that's just in my DNA, that kind of shit. Mother Love Bone, if you're not familiar with them, like, the singer died and then they became or got Eddie Vedder and became Pearl Jam. Well, I'm not a Pearl Jam fan. I mean, but they've sold more records than me. So what the fuck do I know? But Mother Love Bone is considered like the holy grail of rock and roll. So anyway, that's my style. I don't know how I got into that, but
I had that in my notes to even bring up to you too, because Mother Love Bone, that Apple album, it was phenomenal. I remember having that as a child many years ago. I'm sure I wore the tape out at least once. How is it for you when you're up there performing the This Is Shangri-La?
I mean, bro, how that happened was Mike Starr from Alice in Chains was my roommate and friend. I'm friends with his sister. I mean, they took me in when I was a punk rock kid on the fucking street. Like, I had no clue how big Alice in Chains even was back then. And but Mike was one of my best friends, and when he died, I did an event where I sang a set of Alice in Chains songs and a set of Mother Love Bone songs. And that video of Mother Love Bone songs got to Kevin Wood. Kevin Wood is Andy's brother, and Kevin and Andy had a band before Malfunction or before Mother Love Bone called Malfunction, which was actually the band that started the whole Seattle thing because Mother Love Bone was only around for 3 years. All the rest of that time previous, it was Malfunction playing with Soundgarden and Screaming Trees and Mudhoney and Sonic Youth and Nirvana and all that shit. So, I did a guest thing for them in Seattle. They asked me to come up there and sing the songs. And then, dude, people were crying in the audience, like, because I was singing these songs. I learned everything I know to these songs. And I know all the nuances. I know them in and out. And they asked me to join the band. And then I remember my swan song moment was being in that band and singing in Seattle in front of Andy's mom, his family, all the camps, Soundgarden, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, all the camps were there. And that was my moment where, as a kid, you're like, when I make it, and really besides the bank account and maybe some fame, there is no making it. Like that's a facade, it's kind of a illusion, I've come to find. But that was my moment in my heart when I sang that show that I made it. And I was like, all the people that told me I couldn't do this, I couldn't sing, blah, blah, blah. Like now I'm singing in my hero's band with his brother in front of his mother in his hometown, the songs I learned how to sing to, not because I'm a fucking great guy. I worked my fucking ass off to get there. But that was my swan song moment. And for my name to be tied in with Andy Wood, and it is, man, there's no fucking greater honor than that. Because for me, he is the holy grail of rock and roll, and to a lot of other people too, man. So
it was a pleasure for me today to get to catch that video. I caught it today when I was doing some research on you guys and trying to get a little bit more backstory. But I was like, oh, I love this song.
Yeah.
Like I have to sit and watch this. So that's a great thing for me to be able to watch today. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you have any current bands that are out right now that you're listening to, or anybody that you are really kind of latched on and kind of going, you guys have got it figured out? You guys,
man, I just recently discovered this band called The Sword. But they've been around for a minute. I mean, there's no new band that's come around and kicked my ass in a long time. If you know of any, please let me know. But I'm still into the old punk rock. Like, I just saw GBH play and The Damned and like those old punk rock bands. And then, Turbo Negro is one of my favorite bands, but they've been around a long time. They're from Norway, like fun rock band. They're fucking such great musicians and kick ass. But like they sing about sex and pizza and shit. Like it's funny. It has a
hell yeah.
Of course, I love Saliva. They're my good friends for years. But they've been around forever. It's funny because my son, he's 16, and his friend got in my car and was like, "Can I play my music?" I'm like, "Oh fuck." I'm like, "Okay." So he plays his music, and I'm like, "Is this The Damned?" I was like, "Nice." Like, so the kids are like discovering the old legit punk rock and rock stuff, which is cool. And then I get told a lot that by people that, oh, our kids stole your CDs, or they stole our shirt of your band. I'm like, nice. I'm like, that's a good sign,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But I don't know if you know of any new bands, please let me know, because fuck, I'm jonesing for that.
Absolutely. So how about we just go ahead and check out Letters from a Psych Ward, the video you got. All right, here we go.
Little short clip for everybody.
Yeah. That is
Sucks that we
that's
got to
awesome.
cut it short every
I-
single time.
Yeah.
They,
Yeah, we kind of got a little backstory from you on that one. I also watched your other latest, I guess, Queen of Everything. That just dropped in like March, if I recall correctly. Do you have some background on that song as well for us?
Yeah, you know, the Queen of Everything is about my wife. You know, I think is, you know, most men, you know, have their queen, you know. And you know, it's funny, we got divorced and then we got back together. You know, it said they say, you know, if you love something, set it free, and if it comes back to you, it's meant to be. Well, fuck, I just lived that. But you know, I never ever stopped loving her. That's for sure. And we met on Tinder, you know, and I remember seeing her picture and I was like, "Oh my God, that's the one." And I thought, "Well, what the hell? I'm just seeing her picture. That can't be the one. What the hell am I thinking?" So, and then I met her and I knew she was the one, and it was just on. You know, my experience has been, you know, with the two other profound relationships in my life, that it's an instantaneous thing, like when you meet the one, you know what I mean? But what she, you know, Carr, she's my ex-wife, soon to be wife again. We're gonna get remarried, but she wasn't very happy with the video because she was kind of shown in a bad light. But she loves the song. But I love that song, and it's a special song that I wrote about my queen, you know, and she's still my queen. And then, you know, letters from the psych ward, someone asked me, you know, what's the general consensus of that song? And I was like, you know, it's about trying to stay sane in a world that's gone mad, basically, is what it is. So, and then we have a
Awesome.
new single and video coming out soon, next month. That's called Dirty Halo. I'm really excited about that song. You know, that's definitely an ayahuasca song. So it's a part about Todd Youth, Wayne Sweeney from Saliva, who is my friend for a long time, just recently passed away.
Mhm.
And I'm wearing a shirt with Wayne's image on it, you know, and then the last shot of the video, it pans out with Wayne's picture, you know, it's like, but it's about like Dirty Halo, kind of like, you know, man, like we're only here temporarily and everyone has their flaws and stuff. And, you know, I have to look past people's shortcomings and shit because I have them too. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't mind your dirty halo. Like everyone has their angelic thing, especially when someone dies. I mean, everyone's like, oh, they're an angel. They were an angel. Well,
Right.
you know, so anyway.
I love that. That's really cool. I never really thought about that. But you're absolutely right. Everybody's got their hangups. Everybody.
Yeah.
You know, just look past it and look at the good. I mean,
Right.
that's awesome. And just like you said, you'll definitely point them all out after they're gone. It's too fucking late, man.
Right.
So
I
yeah,
mean, you know,
that's awesome.
we did the video in tribute to Wayne. You know, I don't know. I mean, you guys are in Oklahoma, and I'm sure you know who
Mhm.
Saliva is. And
Yes.
We actually
I
saw them a few months back.
with Wayne. Was
Mhm.
Wayne still? Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that was such a fucking, you know, Paul Crosby is my manager. He was the original drummer in Saliva and on most of the record, all of the records. But that whole Wayne thing, man, was just, and we had a, you know, then I went to Memphis and spoke at his funeral, man, and it was just unbelievable. So I'm in a couple
Yeah.
Saliva videos. I'm in Your Disease, which was their first video and single. I'm in that video, and then I'm also in Rest in Pieces, which is from their second record, and that song Nikki Sixx wrote for them.
Nice.
I'm glad you brought up Nikki Sixx because you're playing Crew Fest next month,
Yeah, yeah.
the end of July.
July 29th at the Whiskey, yeah, here in LA at Crew Fest.
How's something like that come about for you guys?
This is like our fourth or fifth time doing it. We're repeatedly asked back. You know, it's for the Skylar Neal Foundation. You know, that
Oh,
of course that
nice.
was Vince
Mhm.
Neal's daughter that died at like 4 or 5 years old. You know, I had a cousin die from leukemia when she was that age, and then my first wife died from cancer. So, you know, anything for charity, you know, and rock and roll, like count me fucking in, you know. So,
Right on. Do you have other tour plans in the works or anything?
Yeah, we're in negotiations with a band called Warrior Soul, who's one of my biggest influences, to do some dates with them in Europe in November. And then, I keep saying, I'd love to go on tour with Buck Cherry. They're my friends for years. I think we would really be perfect for each other. Love those guys, Josh and Stevie D, and
Mm-hmm.
great guys, great guys.
Heck yeah. That would be awesome. Definitely keep us up to date on anything that you've got going, and let us know. We would love to get it all out there, and we'll post it all over our Facebook, Instagram, our website. I just want to, anything that you need us to help you promote, we're there for you, man.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
And we will make sure that we put blacklistunion.com out in our comments on this podcast as well.
Yeah, we're not hard to find. We're on every platform there is. So
yeah, it looks like your website is pretty much a one-stop shop. Let's see, I got it here. If we can, not that.
Well, I've already got it up
a little bit.
Why are you so slow?
Hey.
No, I think he was meaning he was going to try to put the website up on the screen.
There we
But
go.
no, instead he's just mirroring us. There it is.
We go.
So we've got the queen of everything if you guys want to hear that and see the video. And of course, everything going through DistroKid. Linktree right over here. You can't see it off to the side, but you got a Linktree, Apple Music, Amazon, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, everything.
Yeah.
You could get the tickets to Crew Fest on the website, and all of the merch. A lot of good stuff going on right there. Can you get all of the 5 albums on the website as well? Nice. Nice.
Thank you. I was about to ask that because I didn't see them all listed earlier when I was glancing there.
Well, maybe if you click see all, it would pull up.
Probably.
It would pull up more. Because they've got a lot more in there.
We're gonna have the new record we're gonna have on vinyl and CD, and we're actually gonna be doing a package kind of deal for people because there's lots of people that love rock and roll that still don't know who the fuck we are, so and this is gonna be our 5th full-length release. So we're gonna have a couple deals happening too. So
really cool.
I'm gonna be honest, I did not know until I started doing research for the show, and I was very pleasantly surprised and happy with everything I was hearing.
Nice.
So do that thing where you go out there and you like their page, you'll find the updates, you'll see things, you'll get it to pop more. And I will be checking out more of your stuff through like YouTube or Spotify, wherever I definitely want to dig more into your catalog than I got to today.
Awesome. Thank you.
That's outstanding. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been eye-opening, man. You're a very well-versed man. So
thanks, bro.
Very enlightened, and I appreciate that.
I think I really love how real your lyrics are.
Yeah.
Like it
just
fits.
I love writing lyrics. I remember being in high school, and my English teacher, Mr. Mitchell, he was from Ireland. He would chase me down in the hallway. He'd be like, "You need to come to class. You're such a great writer." And I'm like, "Oh, I got better shit to do." But I would do the assignments and hand them in because I loved writing, So he would try to chase me down to come to class, but I've always loved writing, and I consider myself a wordsmith. Like, I like to write clever. Some with the lyrics we have, they're easier to sing than to say because it's like there'll be tongue twisters and stuff in there. Like I do that kind of shit on purpose just to have fun, But lyrics are very important to me, So.
Really cool.
Yeah. Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate you having me on.
Thank you. And
Absolutely.
Thank you.
We definitely want to stay in touch with you and keep promoting your guys' band as well.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony.
All right, bro. Have a good night, guys.
You too.
You too, man.
All right. Take care. All right. Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. That was Tony from Blacklist Union, and please go check out their stuff. I was so happy today as soon as I started finding stuff. I was like, I was writing notes like, I was just like, oh, I got to talk about this. I got to talk about this. So, but he covered most of everything before I even had to bring it up. I was like crossing stuff off. I was like, that's done. That's done.
Right, like you're getting rid of my questions. Like, come on now.
He straight up did. Like in the first 5 minutes, I had 4 things already checked off. I was like, okay, this is going too fast.
It's just awesome that he, like you said, he's well versed. He's been everywhere, done everything, heard everything, and it's just like the fact that he has music that's like you can feel it. You can actually be like, man, this dude understands. Like that's nice. That's a nice change. It doesn't happen often enough anymore.
Yeah, I kind of feel like John. I once I started hearing some of it, I'm kind of going, I kind of want to see what else is out there now. I was just like,
I just want to dig. I want to find stuff. I want to hear those gems that you wouldn't find. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
And also, I do want to bring this up while we're in between our 2 bands tonight. He did mention Ace Frehley.
I caught that. I caught that.
Yeah, he did.
And I was gonna go and I almost said, wow, we've made it 30 minutes and we haven't mentioned
it still hasn't been mentioned.
And yes, he said Ace Frehley, and I was like,
we still have a chance. It's been kind of like, here it is, here's what was mentioned.
Ultimately, I think that counts.
Yeah, I think it does. It does. It really does.
Supposed to be on my side, not his.
Well, he's right.
I'm just being realistic.
If you were to say Paul Stanley, it would count.
Yeah,
now, I think if you say Gene Simmons, that's we don't want to get copyright strike.
And why are we just feeding into this? And now we're just
because you said it was too late, so I don't care anymore.
What about Peter Criss?
Absolutely.
Eric Carr. I mean, just mentioning one of them. Yeah, it was.
Oh, and since we're in that, let's talk about that. Vinnie Vincent apparently has a new band, and who knows what's going on with the singer stuff, because it was like they announced they had a singer, and then Vinnie Vincent came out and was like, that's not our singer yet. We're doing it in auditions. And I'm like,
that is so Vinnie Vincent.
So it's one of those things. Like, I never know what's going on with him anymore. Like, I want to be supportive, but it all seems to be so scattered with everything that's going on with Vinny. So I wish him the best, and I hope he has some new stuff coming out, to be honest. I will definitely listen to it.
It's always something fun to follow. You never know what direction it's going to come from.
Exactly.
So I guess we got our dose of Kiss. I'm just going to say it.
Absolutely. I am a little disappointed in Ashton, because he's been begging since he started doing this show to have a shirt, and I know he has one now because I physically put it in his hands last weekend. And he's wearing a blue shirt. He's not even wearing it.
Okay, it's like going to a Metallica concert and wearing a Metallica shirt. Come on now.
Okay, with that said, we can have that debate. I love this debate. If you go, because you guys are in Oklahoma City and you guys have the Thunder there, if you go to a Thunder game, do you wear Thunder gear?
Okay, sports are different from concerts.
How? You're repping your brand.
Well, yeah, but you're at the concert because you like the concert.
So
you like the band there, so it's a given. So you want to be like, oh, hey, like, I'm going to wear my Bleach Bank shirt whenever I go and watch Avatar in September. I don't have to support Avatar because, quite frankly, I don't think I have an Avatar shirt. I'm going to be wearing the Bleach Bank shirt.
I'm just saying, it's okay to wear the band shirt to see the band that you're going to see, especially if you have like a random like off shirt that not everybody's going to have anyway, because they're all like, oh, that's awesome. It always happens.
I still have a Jackal shirt that I got when I was 13 that says rock me, roll me, jackal me off on the back.
I have one of
those. I
was 13.
Well.
So just so y'all know, Travis is actually trying to join. I don't know what's going on. As you can see, it still says joining.
I was wondering why you kept looking over.
Yeah, I was like, I hit admit.
Yeah, it does.
Like
it
twice.
does have It does have that on the side of our screen now. Your little thing. I was just to let you know.
Oh, wait.
There, it looks like he's popping up now.
Oh.
He's coming. He's coming.
And when he gets his audio connected, everybody, this will be from 9 Left Dead. That is our next chat.
Yeah, I don't know how to get rid of that.
Travis, are you there with us? Maybe.
Solid, maybe.
It looks like his screen keeps freezing, to be honest. Like
Gotcha.
His frame.
Yeah.
Travis, can you hear us?
I'm gonna go with
get your
no.
mouse off the screen. Just look over and I thought it was mine, and I was like, wait a minute.
So we're still having some difficulty getting Travis connected here with us. We could always talk about Kiss some more.
We
already covered that.
Yeah, we're done. We're done.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we're done with that.
Okay,
Looks like
sorry.
he's gonna try to reconnect.
Sorry about that. I thought maybe I could just like bring it up one more time. Just because. Nickelback is going on tour.
Oh God.
Since we're not talking, I figured I'd throw another band out there.
Nickelback cracks me up. Everyone hates Nickelback, but it's like no one hates Nickelback.
Nobody
they
really
hate
hates
Nickelback
it.
because the internet tells you to.
Right. It's the same way with like Creed back in the day, and
Right. Yeah.
And I don't remember the other one I was going to use as an example. I just went blank.
Let's say Winger.
Creed.
Bro,
Creed is one of them.
Bro, the thing was, Winger back in the day, they got all the hate.
Yeah.
And they're probably one of the most talented bands that came out of the era.
Absolutely.
Like, in the overall scheme of things, Winger's probably one of the most talented bands that came out. And they do have a new album out currently. So if anybody's out there looking for some new Winger tunes, it's out there.
Hell
It
yeah.
exists.
Let's see if we get Travis this time.
I keep getting my hopes up, and I keep seeing it freeze, and I'm like, no.
Can you hear us, Travis?
Guys.
All right. Yeah, I can hear you. Your screen's freezing up. But
Yeah, I can hear y'all. Can you hear me? Yeah, it kept freezing on me when I was trying to log in. I don't know what the deal was.
yeah, I was like, it keeps saying joining. Travis is joining. And I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know what
it's like really slow. Yeah, you're still kind of choppy and froze, but
Oh, it's weird. What about that's any better?
I think we're just getting a delay.
You think it's a delay?
I think so.
Okay, cool. So what's going on, my man?
Not much. How y'all doing?
Absolutely great. Just enjoying this Oklahoma weather.
Let's talk about some very recent event for you guys, Rock the River.
Yeah.
How did that go for you guys?
Still freezing on y'all. I can hear it. See what the hell I got going on here. Rock the River was actually kick ass. We had a good time.
Was there any highlights?
Y'all got me now? Y'all still hearing me or no?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Was there any highlight for you?
Yeah, hell. Getting to see Josie Scott live was awesome. Then I actually got to meet Hugo from Tantric, so that was kind of killer. But just
I think we lost him.
Yep, we just lost it.
Well, guys, we might get Travis back to get some more updates. We'll see what happens. The joys of live.
I wonder if it would work if he just called in so we could at least get like audio, because we don't really need the camera if that's causing the problem. I don't know if calling in would do any better, but
I don't either.
I'm just shooting ideas at this
Or
point.
how I would get that message to him.
Yeah, that's
Really?
that's gonna be the next problem. Because it seems like it's an internet problem. It sounds like he's just in a dead zone. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm
maybe
thinking.
the maybe the internet can't handle video. Maybe, yeah. Like you said, though, getting that message to him is the next problem.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, my kid keeps popping in and out.
Hello, tiny human.
You just see one little eyeball in the corner.
Man, I had some good questions lined up too. I was like, at first I wanted to catch up on how their weekend went.
Yeah, because you started hot. You're just like, all right, let's get into it. So I was like, cool,
Yeah,
John's ready.
Look at this guy go.
I was like,
I'ma
man,
just-
I got
I'ma
a couple.
just
I got some
scoot
topics I want
away.
to hit up real quick and get this rolling. And then I was like, and we lost everything. You guys, sometimes that happens with a live show with us. Sometimes we're very lucky that we don't have those technical difficulties, and sometimes we're not.
There's something every week, sir. Every week.
I know.
Can't ever be perfect.
I'm aware.
If only.
And we don't want it to be perfect.
Oh,
we want it to be
that's-
raw, like rock and roll.
Absolutely.
No, don't say raw. My generation uses that word differently.
Oh my gosh.
Like the wrestling show on Mondays.
I'll just say yes to keep it PG.
Monday Night Raw.
It can. I mean, raw can happen any day of the week. Technically,
What if it was Monday Night Moist?
See, my wife can't do that word. It doesn't bother me.
About that, is that a lot better? Get you better service now.
Oh wow, that is so much better.
Yes.
Oh, what the hell? I was in a dead spot.
That's just exactly what John said.
Yep.
He goes, I think he's in a dead spot.
I mean, like, I'll only walk like a block away from where I was standing, and some bitch was deader than shit right there. I don't know what the deal was. And I was right next to the phone towers. What's crazy?
Is it your phone tower, though?
Right.
I-
Just
they're
skipping
all-
right
they're all
over
our
you.
phone
It's like,
towers.
nope, you're too close. Go somewhere else.
That's what it was. Not paying the right kind of people on that one.
Right.
But no, Rock the River, man, was killer. Like, it's insane to get to see Josie Scott live. I got to meet Hugo from Tantric. We're kind of working on some stuff behind the scenes, getting ready to go out with them for a few dates.
Oh, sweet.
And then just seeing the people out there, man, was exciting because people came out and like they were dressed in all kinds of crazy shit, and it's a good time. It's fun.
Saw you guys were at Walmart getting some camping supplies, and usually musicians don't have to worry about shit like that. They're like, where's my amp? Where's
Right.
all this kind of shit. Where's my fucking air mattress?
That's
Sounds
what
like our old house.
that's what's funny about it is like it's weird, like we go out and we just if we stay in a hotel room, we get one room, we bring our little cots because a couple of them like they do the camping stuff. I got my own cot just so I don't have to sleep with another dude or whatever, but
Right.
that's awkward for me sometimes. But no, we didn't have this time. We only had 4 of us out, so it's like we just had a room and a couple beds. It was about 30 minutes away from where they were all camping. I was like, we could have stayed in camp, but we didn't know what that was going to be like. And I'm kind of glad we didn't because the second night we were there, the freaking winds came in 110 miles an hour right
That's
after
what
Josie finished.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It was tearing some shit up.
Yeah. We made it like, I was like, guys, we're going. We're like out. He's up there playing and just finished. Click, click, boom. I was like, get the damn truck. We hauled ass, got about 10 minutes away from there. Saw like this emergency room awning thing, pulled underneath it, and those winds went right over the top of us and just started destroying shit. And I know it's going about 110. It was like tearing stop signs and lights and everything up. It's nuts.
Holy shit.
That's insane.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't want to donate our whole trailer and music gear to it, so I did.
The word donate.
He said donate.
So next up, now that the Rock the River is done for you guys, you got a show in what, like 3 days?
Yeah, Saturday here back at our hood, playing with the Faster Pussycat. I think that's who it is.
It is.
Yeah. That'd be
Look at John doing his homework.
I'm just trying to keep up with it day to day right now. Sometimes I got this one guy that does all our stuff. He just has to tell me what's going on half the time. There's so much going on right now. It's all good.
Yeah, that's just terrible. Terrible. I got so much shit going on. I have to have a guy to tell me.
It's like, just be here at this time and be ready. Like, okay.
Exactly.
And wear a
That's basically what
swimsuit.
it is. It's good.
Bring a cot.
We welcome the chaos. It's been fun so far. It's getting crazier by the moment, and we're excited about it, man. We worked our asses off for a lot of years to get where we're at, and now we're just getting the right opportunities, and it's just paying off. It's awesome. It's fun to do too, because we're meeting so many cool people in the process, and it's insane too, because the people you meet, like they're all circle intertwined, connected. All these people that are like in the industry and have connections, they're all connected to each other, and we've always been cool just treating people the right way. So it's neat to see. Being just a good human pays off, because like, hell, these guys are good dudes. You guys got to work with them. And then, they tell this guy who tells this guy, and it's paid off being who we are,
I love how you said that. That's
Right.
absolutely so true. 100%. And yeah. And you've got so much going on. You guys are active on Facebook. You're active on TikTok. You're active everywhere. And you guys are doing all the right things. So you guys are just like on fire right now. I mean, just tearing it up.
Thank you.
Now, you guys did have a pretty big break in time of playing for a while. Is there any insight that you want to give us to that?
Oh, I fucking quit and gave up.
I fucking quit.
Man, I tell you, I was with the wrong people. Because all the band's brand new. Kind of the band's brand new. Funny thing about it is Steven, the guy that's on drums now, was the guy who was one of the 3 original guys we started with. And the other guy who we started the whole band with is back in the band, like doing business side of stuff. Freaky is what we call him. And it just, the timing was wrong. The people were wrong. The label that we were on started stealing money from us. The guys that was managed at the time were like awesome guys, but they had so much crap going on. Like they couldn't give us the time that we needed for getting the attention we needed. And everything just piled up, and then the label froze the album after the first single. So it was just like, man, all the frustrations piled up, and it just honestly got burnt out, because everything that could have went wrong was going wrong in that time frame. So I walked away. I thought I was done with music permanently, And it took a while, but me and this other dude, one of my best friends, we started jamming, and then we brought Brad in to jam with him, which Brad plays guitar and does all the back vocals and stuff, and some actual lead vocals. And then our buddy ended up getting cancer and passing away. And before he died, he just told us, he goes, "You guys are doing what you love doing. You need to actually do the damn thing." So we brought Steven back in and just hammered down. And then Tyler came in and played bass. And it's been nonstop since then. And then we just happened to run into Scotty Austin playing his show. Dude's so freaking cool, man. He's like, "You guys got to work with my producer." And I'm like, "All right, man, cool. We will." Because some people, they just like, they talk, just to know.
Yeah.
But he's not that way. And he's like, "No, take my damn number, dude. You're going to call my producer." I was like, "All right, dude." So he takes my phone, puts his number in. I was like, "I'll hear from that dude in a couple of weeks." We didn't even leave the show the next morning, because we stayed up all night drinking with those bastards, like buckets of beer, like 5-gallon full buckets of beer. Like we had to carry their bass player back to his room by his arms and legs after their guitarist, man, he ended up meowing him to sleep. It was hilarious. He started meowing back to him, then passed out. Anyway, so we dragged some bitch down the hall. Well, we're leaving that morning to go home, and Scotty's already texting me, and he's like, "Hey, I already talked to my producer, man. You guys got to go work with him." And then I start looking up who it is, and it's Malcolm Springer, man. And this dude's worked with so many badass musicians. Matchbox 20. I'm literally outside the Matchbox 20 concert tonight here in Oklahoma. Is what's crazy. I'm about to go in here in a little bit, but it's unreal, man. He's worked with so many people, and then so I was like, all right, So then at the time, Jeff Hansen, which found Creed, calls us, who's managing Malcolm. And I was like, this is the weirdest shit, like Creed was one of my big influences, because they came in that time frame when I was really big in music. And just to hear and talk to these people that are so connected to those things, Then we get down there with Malcolm, and it's just, we're connected to him for life, man. Like we all love each other now. Like, hell, I just talked to him today, as a matter of fact, just headed home, It's just the best experience we've ever had, And then that's how we got hooked up with the guys doing our consultant, Dan, and it's just, everything just keeps domino affecting in a good way, man. It's been fun.
Yeah, like I said, you guys are just on fire. I see you everywhere, on everything, and just I couldn't be happier for you guys. I really couldn't, because it's happening.
Good.
I was just going to say, and Randy and I actually saw you guys play. I don't remember when that was officially. It was the end of last year.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
With Siva and Saliva.
Yeah, that was at Legends, wasn't it?
Yep.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we actually had a good show that night. I remember that night. It was fun.
Yeah, John made the trip from Topeka, Kansas down to Oklahoma City.
That's a trip right there.
And he don't do that for everybody.
Hell yeah. That's like going from one place in the middle of nowhere to another place in the middle of nowhere, right?
Basically.
Yeah.
What we should have done when we were having those technical difficulties, what I should have brought up, Randy, is we should have played a little clip of a song.
That would have been a good thing to do.
Like, thinking back, that should have been our filler. But let's catch a little bit of One Last Day here now.
Right on. Okay, here we go.
When everything's at stake and all you feel is hate, you don't have to say anything at all. I'm sitting with my heart wide open, watch you watch me die. I save the world for you if you want me to. I'll give up everything to take away your pain. I'll give up everything for just one last day.
All right. Don't want to play too much of it because we keep getting smacked with freaking. Somebody's going to go, hey, that's a violation. That's a violation. Strike. So, but
Can't even piss in a corner anymore without it being a violation, huh?
dude, I'm telling you,
Right.
it's like I have to fight every single one of them every single week, and it's like the band is in the video with us. You can see that they are there. It's like, why do we go through this every fucking week? Please. You know, it's like, what is going on?
It's like, don't y'all have better shit to do than fight us on dumb shit?
That's how they make their money.
So, Travis, for anybody that's out there that's going to want to find the rest of that song and the rest of your songs, the One Stop Shop, your guys' website, where would everybody go to find stuff?
You can go to our website, nonelessdead.com. We got all our social links on that. I gotta get the streaming links up there, but I'll get that fixed. It's on my to-do list. Someone added that to my to-do list. Or you can go to our Facebook, and we got them all. We got all those posted up on there too, where you can find it anywhere. And you can just go on to whatever you stream and look it up too, because we're on every streaming site. It's nuts. You can even Shazam us. I've seen that. Like, we've been Shazam since one of those singles dropped like 100 times. So like, that's awesome. A few times in Russia, so I can understand that maybe there's a language barrier. I'm not sure.
Right.
Wow. So you're also July 20th, you're going to be at 89th. Is it 89th Street?
Yep.
It's 89.
With Blacktop Mojo and Locust Grove. Love both of those bands. You guys are a perfect connection to this.
Yes, that's going to be a killer show, man. That show will sell out too, because I know my boys are working hard, and we're working hard on promoting that show. And hell, just Blacktop Mojo by themselves, just their name, man. They've done a lot of work to get to where they're at, and they're killer. I haven't seen them live yet, but I've already. I'm excited. I know they're gonna be badass live.
Dude, they are badass live. They I don't know how many times we've seen them. We got to interview them a few years back, and actually Tony hit up my wife and said, I was told that I was supposed to ask you about Blacktop Mojo. She was like, as in getting them down here? That's a fuck yes. And so he booked them at sight unseen, and then it's just they've been back over and over, and I love it that you guys are intertwining with them now. Locust Grove, of course, jumped on one of the end of one of their tours because some things happened at that tour or at the end of it, and they jumped right on, and they were like, these guys are some cool motherfuckers, and they've been buds ever since, and I'm glad that you're intermingling with them now. So this is great.
Yeah, dude, we were actually working on doing our own show with them, and just got hooked. Tony hit us up on doing the Blacktop Mojo show, and then I didn't even know they were on it, and I seen they were on there. I was like, well, hell yeah, that's one way to get it done right there. And plus, that venue, that venue, like I've grown up watching shows in that venue. I've played in that venue when we first even started playing music. It's just a badass venue, you know. It's like just something about it, man. It sounds right in there. It's made for rock shows. It's smaller, but man, that's what makes it killer. You know, you pack that place out and it just feels like rock and roll again. You know, you don't get
Right
that.
on. Yeah, and the upgrades that they've done to 89th is definitely needed.
Want to pee inside again where used to you wouldn't.
It was terrible. Oh,
True
man.
though.
It is true. Yep.
I have one other really important topic that I want to hit with you guys for sure, and I don't want to run out of time before I do it. You guys do like sort of a podcast as well, or you live stream a little bit, the Whiskey Talks?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. So that started because me and Steven were drunk the whole time in Nashville. And I was like, you know, it'd be funny, like if we just got on live and just started talking to people. And that thing turned into a whole deal because next thing I know, like everything we're posting is just blowing up. It's like people can't wait for the next dumb shit thing for us to do. And then like we would go in the studio hungover. Malcolm's like, "You guys drink last night?" We're like, "No." He's like, "Damn it, guys, y'all gotta start sleeping." So then like the very next night we got on there with sunglasses and hoodies. It's like, this is not Travis and Steven. There's two other guys just happen to have access to their room and their phones and their 9 Left Dead account. So yeah, that's been a fun, entertaining thing. It's never ending. Plus, I mean, it's just God, it's just how we are on an everyday basis. If we walked around with a camera, people would like probably just it'd blow their mind how like stupid we are 90% of the time. But we're funny. And the only reason I know we're funny is because like I'm laughing at them as much as they're laughing at me. We just all connect that way, but we've been that way since forever, man. It's just a good time, you know. We get along so well. The chemistry's insane. It's just at home, man. We just have fun. That's what Malcolm said too. Like it kills him us being around him. He wants us to go on his podcast too. It's like we'll learn to twine him one time, so like we'll see how that one goes because he don't drink like we do, but he's like, yeah, well, I'll drink that night for you guys. It's like, hell yeah.
The one thing I want to go ahead and weigh in my opinion on is Die Hard is a Christmas movie too, by the way.
Right. I saw that too.
Why would he say it's not? Like, oh, it blew my mind. That blew my mind.
There's
I agree.
Fucking Christmas lights. There's Christmas trees. Come on.
I guess you watched that one then, how we got into the talk about the Gremlins being a Christmas movie too. Then.
I agree with that statement. It was a damn Christmas present.
Such a good movie.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Die Hard's definitely a Christmas movie. It's the Christmas movie. I grew up with it being the Christmas movie. It in Vegas or Christmas Vacation. Those are the two, man.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah.
I love it. So, tour dates. What else you got coming up? We got those two, the Faster Pussycat and the Blacktop Mojo and Locust Grove. You got anything else in the chamber?
Oh, yeah. We got in August. I have to look at the date. It's like, I think the 18th or something. I have to look at the actual date. We're getting ready to post it too. We're playing a festival here back in Chickasha with, we're direct supporting for Filter. Filter's coming here. So that's going to be killer.
Cool.
And then we're going out with Tantric for 2 runs. I know one of them is happening, I think, also in August, and we're going out to California for that for a little bit. So that one's going to be killer.
Man, this is good stuff.
So I wonder if our friend Rick will be playing bass in Tantric at that point.
I don't know. Is he? Because they had like new guys at that show. Or actually, they just had one new member, but I'd never seen them live before either. They blew my mind, man. Those guys are tight musicians.
Yeah, I'll bet you Rick will be with them.
That's my guess. So
I think so.
I'll try to follow up with Rick and I'll have him tell you we said hey from there too.
Hell yeah.
Really good guy. You're going to get along with him swimmingly. Trust me. Yeah.
Rick, if you're out there, we're talking about you.
I'm just hoping to remember to bring Steven back from California. That's our biggest thing because he tends to get drunk and disappear a lot. So we'll see how it works.
A real life hangover movie.
Yeah. Oh shit. So is there anything else you'd like to get out there?
Let's see. We got the EP dropping soon. I think it's
Okay.
21st. I think it's July 21st. The EP's dropping. It's going to be the 2 singles. Another single's dropping, Beautiful World, and then the 2 other songs with it will be dropping at the same time. So we'll have the 5-song EP. We're about to have pre-order for the whole EP being on vinyl, which is going to be awesome because that's just
cool.
that's
Yeah.
always killer. And actually, we're heading back to Nashville too. Go record some more songs soon. We just talked to Malcolm today about that. So we got all kinds of stuff going. There's so much stuff. You basically just got to go in, follow all our social pages, keep up with it. We keep talking about things and just stay plugged in because we talk about it as soon as we figure most of it out. Even though we're like, hey, don't talk about that yet. We're like, fucking what? I'm just kidding, marketing team. I didn't say that.
How funny. Well, anything you want to get out there, don't hesitate to hit us up.
For sure.
We would love to have you on. We'll share it on our Facebook, our Instagram, our website. Anything. You guys are very near and dear to my heart, and love you to death.
Thank you, man. Love you guys too. We appreciate this. I mean, it's been fun, man. We definitely need to do it again, especially after the EP drops. We'll talk about it, and I'm
Let's
sure we've
do
been
it.
drunk a few times by then too. Hell, y'all may have to come on Whiskey Talks.
We could do that.
That'd be cool.
We
I'm
could
in.
do that.
I'll send a list of requirements. It just requires drinking some type of alcoholic beverage, typically whiskey.
Okay. Can we do that at your show at 89th Street? Because I'm going to do anything I can in my power to be at that show.
Yeah, fuck yeah, we'll do that. Hell yeah, plan on it. If you're there,
Thanks for
we'll do
counting
it.
me out, Randy.
Well, come on.
Hey, I
man.
can tag along.
We've got the date. What's stopping you?
Road trip.
I just made that road trip this last week.
Yeah, I know, right?
There'll be plenty more dates, I promise. They're getting ready to quite a bit. We're getting ready to release quite a bit of dates, and then next year we're going to be. So I'm not going to be out quite a bit next year. So that's the big exciting part. You know, we do know that we're going to get really busy touring next year. We just don't know exactly with who and where. There's been lots of talk about different things. That part we definitely can't talk about yet, but it's got me excited because it's a lot of people that I've always looked up to in the music industry to begin with, you know, so I'm stoked about all the stuff we got behind the scenes. So
That sounds awesome.
I have to mention at this point, there it was, Randy. Every week we got some stuff, but we can't tell you.
Leave them wanting more. That's what they always say.
It always happens, but it's fine because we know it's coming.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, right.
You
Yes.
want to give us some outro music?
Some outro music. Absolutely. Just a second.
Hang tight with us there for just a second, Travis, if you want.
Yep.
We bang your ugly friends too.